Let's go.
Said it's your boy, P Original, Mr. Influential. Hot topic conversation, stimulate your mental. Two cool brothers, same father, same mother. If you're looking for a show like this, you'll never find another. Why? Cause it's the Porch Podcast to come on. Yeah, said it's the Porch Podcast. Yup, said it's the Porch Podcast to come on. Yeah, said it's the Porch Podcast.
Let's go.
Welcome to the Porch Podcast. Welcome to the Porch Podcast. It's your boy, DJ E, Mr. Influential, and I'm rocking with my brother, man.
P Original, baby. Welcome back, y'all. You know, as we say each and every week, we know that you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate you. New week.
New episode.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So without further ado, y'all know how we do each and every week, man. We like to definitely check in with each other as we get ready to talk to y'all. E, how's your week been?
Good. No complaints. Watch football. Went down, man. Hollered at my boy, man. Shout out to Issa Badu, you know what I mean? Went down,
Thanks, brother.
checked him out.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Hung out with him and his family. Appreciate your hospitality, sir. And
nice.
just watched some playoff football. That was with the weekend. And just regular everyday hustle between Monday, Tuesday to now, So
Absolutely.
no complaints though. No complaints.
Good. Well, I'm glad everything was good, man. Like you said, took care of some regular stuff that I couldn't take care of,
Right.
Had to push off to that week. Spent time with the family, quality time, as we talk about all the time, how important that is. And it seems like, sometimes you got to work a little harder than others to really kind of get that moment. Mm-hmm. So it was cool to do that, call some football, like you said. And then here we are with a new week. You know what I mean? We're going to get into the show.
What was that? What
I wanted to get into it, but I don't want to get past what we usually do with the quote of the day. We'll get
you
into
back
the
to
show.
him. You back to him. I like
So the quote of the day in this particular situation is stability is everything. Be it emotional or physical, you need a solid ground to build anything on. Okay, so once again, stability is everything. Be it emotional or physical, you need a solid ground to build anything on.
Right.
Okay. So that's where I think that I would like for us to go tonight in our conversation. We'll talk about stability. We've been talking about being intentional. We've been talking about, planting seeds, and now we're talking about stability.
Right.
Fortifying the foundation. As the quote says, you need a strong foundation to build anything. With that being understood, man, I'm going to ask you a question, Brian. What's the best decision that you think you've ever made in your life?
Believing in myself, to believe in God and myself. Like, some people don't think that's a decision because either you're going to believe or you don't.
Okay.
But I think I know what you mean. So that's number one. I have to state that. But that's not, you're looking for my answer. That's not the type of answer that you're looking for, though. I know that. I know.
No, whatever your answer is.
I know. I just said that.
The way you opened it up was true.
Right. But
it's a choice to believe in all that.
That's the best decision I made. But after that, I want to go after that. That's just what I want to do.
Okay.
I just want to make that clear first.
Okay. Okay.
I'm trying to think, man. I past all the stuff like I said before. Get married and doing all that. Past all that, I'm just trying to say, just for me, like I'm trying to.
I got you.
I want to try. I often try to figure that out. I always come up with understanding and staying with and pursuing being a DJ.
Okay.
Like, I've always felt like I belonged there.
Okay.
Like, and entertainment, period. I had a little, college radio shows, other podcasts before we've done this. It just felt like I always was supposed to do this, but it was grooming me for life, of course, life now, because the more you do stuff, the better we are at it. You know what I mean?
I agree with that as well.
Just
telling you that.
Because I say DJing as a whole, because it led me to everything else. It gave me the confidence to want to try to be on the radio, to do a podcast, to, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
They try comedy and do sketch comedy and do, want to be on TV. It gave me the confidence because I tell a lot of people all the time, when you DJing, you can get them here real quick. You crash and burn real quick too. You know what I mean? If you know, fast.
Yeah, don't take that. Hey, listen.
You know what I mean?
You can go up quick and come down even faster.
Exactly. So that's the point I'm saying. Top turnbuckle, like
Get
boom,
crazy.
You know what I mean?
Right, it get crazy.
Right. So
absolutely.
So it just gave me the confidence.
You talk about God, then you talk about wrestling. I'm trying to tell you, like,
it gave me.
If you ever could get up in there and ease, like,
no. DJing did that.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah,
DJing did that.
DJing did that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna talk to some other DJs and see if they put God and WWE in the same conversation.
I bet you they do.
No, don't do that because that bet is crazy. You don't want to do that. But I understand where you're going with it. No, it makes sense. It makes sense.
It just led me to be able to. It helped me groom me as a person, keep me confident. Moving around. It just helped define me as a man.
That was like you said, that was the best decision that you ever made.
Just go with it because we go to jobs, like, for example, we get a 9 to 5. And we know if we do right, we're going to get a raise.
Yeah.
At least in that position.
Right.
And then when we there, as we stay there, we say, oh, I might want to do that. It's still a decision, but we might say, I want to do this title. I already been doing the job anyway. I know a lot about it. And then that's how we grow. But it takes a lot to do something, spend so much time with it when you know you could be making more money over here. This is just my train of thought. Making more money over here. Not DJing, but just go get you another job or go do anything that just make you sure easy, but stay with this. And now it actually became lucrative. Yeah. So the decision to stay with it, I'm telling you, it just changed so much.
So that's your response, more or less, just to stick with it.
To stick with it.
The best decision is
that I stuck with it.
I agree with it. I mean, I think that speaks to how you stabilize things, right? This is kind of the reason why I wanted to have this conversation. I think the reason why stability is often compromised is because, like you answered in terms, that's why I said the best decision that you ever made. First and foremost, I don't think we make a lot of decisions. I think we let a lot of things kind of be decided for us. Yeah. And when that happens, you kind of at the behest of whatever that thing is, right? So if that thing turns around and does some wise things, you look like a genius because you just wrote it out. But if that situation doesn't develop, you start second-guessing yourself. You say, I knew what I should have done in those situations, but I didn't make the decision. So, that's the thing that more or less kind of comes to mind when I think about the question as far as, like, what decisions did not make? You know what I mean? What decisions or what things did not change? What am I, steering away from that I need to make a decision on? Whether I'm going to continue to go further with the situation or whether I'm going to decide that maybe I need to stop pursuing the situation and going forward. So if I had to answer that question, because you already answered basically by saying committed to it in so many words. My best decision that I ever made was learning to make myself accountable. I had to learn the decision to making myself more accountable because, like I said, I was guilty of a lot of times just kind of going along with the flow and just hoping that things worked out. So I wouldn't make a decision. My decision was just to go with the flow of a lot of different things, not ruffle any feathers, not challenge any things, or not even challenge myself, even though I believed in myself. So accountability, making a decision to be more accountable in those moments than allowing those moments just to decide themselves.
And when do you think you made that decision?
I think I had to fail a lot.
You know what I'm saying? When in your life, not what made you. I understand already what makes you do it. But what age or how long ago do you think you made that decision to do that? I'm just curious.
I'm gonna say roughly probably about 5 years ago.
And I believe it because I can see the difference.
Yeah, 5 years ago.
And it wasn't like you were bad at all.
Yeah.
No, but I can see the difference.
Yeah. Yeah, I was on autopilot.
Yeah. Yes.
I was on autopilot for
that's a good way.
Very long time.
That's a good way to put it. Being on autopilot, you're still doing what you're supposed to do, but you're not doing no more.
Yeah.
No less.
That's it.
You just coasting.
I'm just coasting. Literally, autopilot.
You literally lived a retired life as if you were an old retired person.
Yeah. Or just even on top of that, just even down to decisions, right? Like
Right.
we keep talking about the book, but the reality of it is complacency always limits us.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have bad things develop because you become complacent. But it's very difficult to see growth in a place of complacency because you just, whatever works out, you're like, oh, that was the way it was supposed to go. You know, I just charge it to the game. That's a lot of things we can make different decisions on. And a lot of it, more or less, for me, was accountability. I think I lost part of my desire to want to do those things when I lost my normal way, for lack of terms, to contribute. Where before, even that was on autopilot. So the thing that's on autopilot, when autopilot gets compromised, you start going crazy. Now it's like, yo, I can't even rely on the thing that I didn't have to think about before. Now I actually have to think. So my accountability changed probably about 5 years ago when other aspects, on the back end of other aspects of my life being changed. And it was forced. And some people, I realized more than anything else, some people in life, they got to be forced to change. And I know people be like, oh, man, I don't think anything lasts long or it's good for you if it's forced. And maybe it doesn't. But there's some things in your life, and my opinion, man, especially when it comes to a situation of like decision making, I think the sooner that you start claiming like the want to answer questions, I think you start making better decisions.
You said force.
Mm-hmm.
Truth of the matter, though, the plan of their life, it's not force.
Mm-hmm.
It's divine intervention.
Okay.
But truth of the matter is when you make those decisions, and while force is still a word that sticks out, it's because your emotions may make you feel as if you were forced into do this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
I do.
Even down to the story of the drug dealers back in the 90s. Was no food in the house, so it was this and that. I was forced. You weren't forced to become a drug dealer. You seen it as a way to make means.
Mm-hmm.
Then, as you got to it, because I say it all the time, wherever you put your energy at fully, it gets better. You started realizing you got addicted, just like the rest of people did, to the paper, to the money.
Yeah.
You stayed with it.
Yeah.
Because once you, let's say you got your first, you did a little work, just to say you hustled for a year, and then you said, I'm going to take all the bread that I made, turn around and do this.
Mm-hmm.
You know that work is harder.
Yeah.
So once that becomes easy to you, it just becomes a way of life.
Mm-hmm.
But it always sometimes sets you up for later. Because later in life, whether you stayed in it or got out of it or you got caught, when you come back, the comeback is bigger and brings you back to what it is. But that part of your life, and I'm not saying it had to be necessarily, gave you the confidence, gave you the understanding of how to do certain things, because it all matters.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you use the word force, your decision may feel forced. And anytime y'all feel like something is feeling like you're forced into do something, you probably 9 times out of 10 are supposed to be there. So just look. I'm not saying in that position, that mind state, because now you feel like your back is against the wall. So I gotta survive. But you can't stay. If we stay in survival mode forever, we always feel like we're surviving.
Yeah. You're
Trying
not
to
living, you're surviving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, but it all ties together.
Yeah.
But just like you said, if we can take accountability early, I think that's a proper step. But some people will do that and still miss certain things. But that is necessary.
Yeah. Like you was talking about a few minutes ago about the energy. Energy goes where energy flows. So,
right.
So it's like we understand that most of the things that we actively work at generally turn out to be very close to the outcome that we're looking for, if not even better.
Yeah.
Because we understand the effort that we put into it. You know, the hope that goes along with most things, or I go with the flow of the autopilot element of it. I think that happens when we become comfortable with wherever it is. Like usually when your desires grow, usually I would tell anybody your efforts have to grow as well. Like you can't have new, greater desires, but have the same mentality, right? You can't have the same, well, I just hope that it works out and I'll just continue to do this. Like most people, when you ask them a question about what retirement looks like, using it for a quick example, when they think that they got a long time to wait until that happens, they may turn around and say, oh, man, that's so far off, man. I don't know what that looks like. Now, mind you, they don't even have the vision now, where anything that can change in their life or they want to make a change in their life could be tomorrow, right? It could be forced. It could be a situation of circumstances change, even a positive way.
Right.
But they don't know. They don't know what they're going to do. And so a lot of that stuff is like, if you don't ever have those thoughts, even though you may feel like they're premature now, how do you know you're on path to ever reaching any of those things? And to me, that starts with a situation. Think about it. A lot of people tell you the reason why they're not leaving it because they're not going to be stable. People have stability issues. That's why I said I wanted to talk about being stable. But, you know, if they knew that they can go tomorrow and have as much money as they have coming in is going to stabilize and keep their home stable, they would probably consider it if it's unless it's the thing that they just love to do.
Well, let me ask you, stability, stable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, a table is stable with 4 legs and everything.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yep.
No, actuality, what has to happen is when people don't realize what stability is, you have to build it.
You got to build it.
But it's stability, right? So we're saying you got to build it. But when you're building something, it often takes sacrifice.
Yeah.
Every time. Some people don't want to do that. If nothing changes, nothing changes.
Right. I agree. That's a fact.
So when you turn around and you say to yourself that I want to do this, but I'm afraid I ain't gonna be stable, then build the stability. God will give you the means. He'll turn around, give you overtime at work, you do all of that, and you take the money and you be like, oh, I need this to survive. You was gonna survive whether you had that money or not.
Yeah.
This kid, no, you still want to get the sneakers, you still want to get the clothes,
Absolutely.
you still want to eat out all the time, you still want
all the time.
You still want to do everything you do, but the sacrifice, where's the sacrifice? The sacrifice will give you the stability. The stability will give you the energy to go and chase what you're trying to chase. But you got to build it.
Yeah, and it's foundation.
See what I'm saying?
That's why I say
it's actually foundation.
I'm telling you.
But what you're doing other than building the stability and the foundation for you to go pursue whatever that mission is, right? The sacrifice in the actual act, like you said, the act has to be involved of you building that stability will give you even more confidence. So now you have the foundation financially and here. Yeah. Because you know what it takes.
Yeah. That's what I said.
That's all it is.
A lot and then stability comes, like I said, so financial stability to me is the easiest one to understand. Right? Because it's when it comes to numbers, you can see it, right?
Right.
Whatever this number is, I need that to stabilize us, and that's that.
There you go, right.
But when it comes to like the emotional or relationship stability.
That's why I said here, yep.
That's where the mind clicks in a different way, right? And so, because you got to remember, when the other things require, like when you talk about relationship stability, right? You got to sit down and have a conversation with whoever you plan on being in a relationship with. You might ask them, okay, what do you think we need to work on? This has nothing to do with anything bad going on in the relationship. Relationships can be going great. But what do we need to work on? See, I am of the mind of this. If you ask those kind of questions when things are good, not just when things are tough, then the question doesn't always have to be from a negative place, right? So if you ask your significant other, your partner, what do you think we need to do to make things the foundation even more stable? Like, you know what I mean? So God forbid if something happened with you that we still straight. If something happened with me that we still straight, not just financially, but physically, spiritually, emotionally as well, right? When you start having these conversations, you got to sit down and do them even at moments where things, as a matter of fact, I highly encourage to have these conversations when things are going good. Because generally speaking, when things are not going good, they just want to fix whatever that particular moment situation is. They just want to get that stable. Let's just get that figured out. But if you asking those questions while things are good, it's different, right? Because first you're like, wow, you know, everything's great right now. And you go, now how can we make sure that we fortify it, right? We make it even stronger. How can we make sure that before any potential storms develop, we already got the shutters on the frame of the house the way we need to have it so we can protect everything that's going on in it? Like I said, not just the house itself, but even us in terms of the relationship. More often than not, we don't think about these things until they're compromised. Like most people don't know if their foundation to their homes is good until there's water in it.
Right.
That's when you start going, oh, maybe I need to find out whether or not there's some cracks in the foundation. Nobody just checks these things when things are good. Because as long as things are good, great.
Good. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just speaking from that place of asking. That's why I asked you that. What helps you breathe easy? Like in regards to it, right? Just generally speaking. Like what helps you breathe easy?
Money.
Okay. So if you had all the money that you needed to breathe easy, but every other, and I'm just asking this generally, every other aspect of your life is just
No.
all over the place.
No, I'm not cool with that.
Okay, so in that case, money would help you breathe financially easy, but it just wouldn't help you breathe easy.
What I mean by help me breathe easy,
Okay, talk to me.
not necessarily physical breathe.
Okay.
My mind state of money is not just have money just to say that I got it. My mind state of money is what money is used for. It's a resource. It's a tool.
Absolutely. Yeah, we covered that. Yep.
So to know that I have the financial means if the hot water tank goes out.
Okay.
To know
Okay.
that I don't have to finance if my refrigerator breaks.
Got you.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, you're highlighting the tool element of it,
Right. The tool.
How it can be there to aid you, God forbid, in those moments.
Because
Absolutely help you
most
breathe
of the
easy.
time,
yes, I see that.
when we feel like it's getting a little tight,
Yeah.
we're missing what?
You had to fill in it.
Money.
Okay.
Most of the time.
Okay.
I know I got to get this fixed, man. I got to figure out where I'm going to get this bread from.
Yeah, absolutely. Those words exactly. More often than not. Yeah.
That's why I say it.
Yeah.
But not just to say it had like to know that I'm the richest guy in the world or this and that, but my health is bad or you know what I mean, my wife hates me and nah.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I just want it to be just comfortable. And to have that, you got to build that.
Yeah,
It's still a form of stability.
Absolutely.
And for the most part, certain things that like I just named, if that happens, I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm all right. I can get it fixed the next day. I'm good. But it helps me breathe easy.
Yeah. No, it's a tool.
Because it's not cool when this just got cut off.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, this got to get repaired.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it's a pipe that busted in the wall, the sewer backed up. But at the same time, if I don't pay this cable bill right quick with the internet on it, because I ain't paid it in 3 months.
Okay.
Because I've been irresponsible.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But the only way to get that financial stability that I'm talking about, that tool that resource to breathe, you got to build it, right? And the building, it takes a process. And the process recreates your mind state. So that's why my mind is like that when I say money.
Yeah.
Because it's a tool. I love, like, bro, you in here right now. You could be trying to fix something with a drill and a bit break. You can go right back in your tool shed and get another bit. You're ready. You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
But you seen people sometimes when they turn around and they froze my account. Or they took some money out of my account that they wasn't supposed to take, and they hurt. No, I want to be like, all right, let me go to this other one until they get that back right. I got to replace this back though when they get it. You still got the plan, but you can go grab the tool.
Absolutely.
That's why I say that.
Okay. No, I mean, I think like you said, man, you covered the tool element of it. I mean, as far as breathing easy, I guess I would say this. It's obviously the finances. Mm-hmm. I think that's an easy one, right? God forbid you got any emergency situations that you need to take care of. You can sleep better at night knowing that if I got to go here to get this money and take care of the situation, if that's going to be the extent of it, then I'm good.
Right.
Once again, I think for the most part, money is one of the easier ones because we can generate it so many different ways. Now, manufacturing, love, encouragement, support, those things, confidence, right? Because we're talking about what makes you breathe easy.
Yeah.
I think those things are a lot more difficult because you have to open your mind to what's not happening. Right. Where if you hit the lottery, any money issues that you may potentially have, to some degree, have become a lot easier for you to manage. But you can be in a situation where, you have all those things worked out, but you just can't. You can't really say that you're happy, right? You can't really say that you're comfortable.
That's
if
why
that's what you're looking for.
That's why I said I want to just be. Not to cut your wisdom,
No,
sorry,
go ahead.
but that helps me breathe easy, but it doesn't help me live.
Well, see, that's two different questions.
Yeah,
that's why I say what helps you breathe easy.
Breathe,
now, living is a different thing.
But that helps me breathe easy, knowing that anything that's because any plan most of the time has a budget.
Mm-hmm.
Anything, even if I say, okay, I'm not going to go buy. Let's say not going through something, but you need to spark the energy back up with your wife, and you don't say, oh, I'm gonna just go buy a bag, or I'm gonna just go do this. I'm like, I'm gonna really try to take her on that trip that she always wanted to go on, right? Mm-hmm. But when, and you might say, dang, anniversary in 3 months, it'd have been dope if I could have got that off. You got that little cushion behind you, like I'm telling you, that's stability, even though, and you say, because that's still important to you right there, and you turn around and say, well, I could do it.
Oh, yeah. Now, once again, like I said, I've always seen the convenience in it.
Yeah.
I've seen how it make, and a lot of those things, once again, I think that those are things that kind of easily, it's the other, like, for instance, like you said, like you're addressing everything where, you're talking about with the money and you other things.
But I was tying it to what you said. The building of the love, the confidence and all that, that me going to get that part that helps me make me breathe easy comes from that. I'm doing it because I love to be prepared for any problem, right? Or I'm doing it because I feel confident that I can make it happen and make me feel and make me breathe easy, whatever it is. That part you're talking about has to always be a part of it, because those are going to get you whatever you need to do, whether it's mental stability, financial stability, anything. You got to believe in yourself. And it goes back to the ultimate answer I said in the beginning. The decision to believe in God that helps me believe in myself.
Right.
Makes me feel like anything I can do.
I think those
like that.
I think first off, the answer to that obviously is it's different for different people.
Right.
I think it differs. Like, not to be funny, but if most people, and I'm not saying that their finances is the core of their things, but there are a lot of people that'll be like, listen, I ain't gonna sit up here and lie and act like if I got that right, I can figure the other stuff out. Because there is some people that feel that way, and for those people, that's how they feel. You might have another person. Like for me, I may be of a different mindset. Like getting bread ain't gonna be tough. You know what I mean? Nah. But if I get the money and I can't figure out how I want to share this with the person that I'm with, and I feel like that those things are just, I'm more susceptible to being like, damn, what do I need to do? You know what I mean? So it's a little bit different.
I'm attracted to the discipline aspect of it, though. That's me personally. Me personally.
And our attractions are different. Like I said, right. I think that's the other part of it too, is that sometimes I think as people,
there's no right or wrong answer.
There's never a right or wrong answer. I think that we just, like you said, the question basically was what helps you breathe easy. And that's the thing. You might be in a situation where finances has never been an issue. Period. Everybody got their own, everybody cool, everybody sound, everybody disciplined there. But then there's a tough spot in other aspects, right? Now, some people may turn around and say, you can only do but so much before you got to ask yourself, am I where I need to be? Because I may not be where I need to be. You know what I'm saying? But I think that like that to me is how do you define, first and foremost, what easy breathing is, right? How do you define it, right? Because my form of easy breathing may be totally different than the next person. My thing is, at night, knowing that even if we going through the struggle, we going through it together. I know it seems crazy, like how do you find peace in the middle of that storm? But I breathe easy knowing that the person that I'm right here with is right here in the fray with me.
I can understand that, especially with you.
Yeah.
And one could say, kind of try to say that with me because of our lives in that area went totally opposite at one point. You know what I mean? And in my perception, You've always had that. So it's a big part of your life.
Mm-hmm.
I had it, then didn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
Even lost it with the person I thought I had it with. And it put me in a place like, and I wasn't breathing easy. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there not doing nothing about it. The discipline to build to get myself stable, didn't even realize it, was all coming from me on that hustle aspect of I need this, I need to get this bread so I can get my own crib here. I need this, I do that. It started to turn to that, and then it started just turning to life. Not even like I need it to live, but it's like I need it to live the way I want to live.
Okay. I got you.
And that's what it can't turn into. And like I said, it just became a part of me. Like,
yeah.
And then that's it.
Yeah, because I think, and I'm saying, I'm using the term loosely, but when you have different things at stake,
yes,
I think,
and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
That question differently.
That's what I'm saying.
Versus, everybody's circumstances being a little bit different. Right?
You've always had it. Like
right.
You said, that
could probably be very much the reason why I feel exactly like I'm feeling with it. Yeah.
And then when I didn't have it, it motivated me.
Yeah.
Because like I said in a couple episodes back.
But seeing that, if you think about where I'm about to go for half a second, bro.
Yeah.
My bad for cutting you.
No, you good.
Seeing you, when you think about how I answered the question in terms of breathing easy, that right there, you had to be built a certain type of way,
right,
to withstand it. You were built, and even with you being built, you still it hit you hard.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And so, when I answer that question, you see the reason why. It's like, nah, I figured out, a way to get this money.
Yeah.
Oof. I don't know. You know what I mean. So breathing easy for me may be. And me make sure I'm doing everything I can as husband and father to do my part. You know what I mean? Because that, to me, that right there is different.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Listen, we all on the move, y'all. I got something for y'all today that's going to make you go wow when you see it. I got something that, because you got to travel anyway, you're on the move, whether it's business or leisure or whatever it may be, right here. Right here. Super dope bag from a super dope company called Ugly Duckling. Makes men and women apparel, top-notch stuff, quality stuff. Let me stop talking about it and let y'all see the bag. That's really what you want to see anyway, right? First off, can we talk about how I come in a nice little netted bag here? You know what I mean? I think that's pretty good. Logo on the front right here, Ugly Duckling. Can we look at the quality of the stitching? Look at the stitching, y'all. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now you check this out. You see how you got the swan? Yeah, that's nice, right? We're going to take our time. We're going to turn around and hit it with this right here. Bam! See that on the back? They ain't sparing no expense. Bam! Look at this in the back. Huh? I didn't put that on there. That's part of it, bro. That's part of it. That's part of what it comes with. Look at the style. They want to make you... Ugly Duckling. Oh, Ugly Duckling. Yeah, that's who made this right here. Yeah, uglyduckling.com. Oh, yeah, got this and a whole bunch of other stuff. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Y'all know I ain't going to keep no secrets from y'all when I find a company that do it right. Huh? It's only right that I share this with y'all. So you make sure, if you in the market right now for some top quality apparel, i.e., look at my young vet, Salute, Jersey Cat apparel, and now, Ugly Duckling. Make sure y'all go check them out, man. Check that website out. I'm telling y'all, man. You're going to love it. All right? That's all I got to say about that. But make sure y'all go to today for this bag and all the other super dope stuff they got. Y'all be good. I got a trip I'm on. I'll see y'all later. Get y'all bag. I got mine. Peace, man. Woo.
When it comes to you,
right,
you can't stabilize anything around you until you're stable yourself, right?
Right.
Fair enough. All right. So my question to you is how have you shown up for yourself lately? We can easily account for how we show up for other people, but how have you shown up for yourself? Like, what can you say that I did this for me, I showed up for me?
I show up for me daily. I can show up for myself more.
Oh, we still got, yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I think it's an ongoing thing as well.
But I show up for myself daily. You know, I try to stay professional when I'm at the 9 to 5. I stay professional when I'm trying to handle my business as far as DJing. Besides that, I stay professional just as a person. That means something to me. So that is still me showing up for myself. But I think the biggest thing is listening to my body when I've been showing up for when there's certain things that's not agreeing with my diet, and when it's time to go to sleep, I get rest. And I think that's what kind of keeps me kind of balanced. You know, I was telling somebody, I ain't even have like a regular cold in like 2 years. Maybe almost 3.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I stay real healthy, like, and I can still do better.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I show up for myself daily. However, I know what you mean.
What was that? It was a few minutes ago.
However, no.
That was the pregame
Yeah,
real response.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you know why?
Go ahead.
You know why?
Nah, I don't want you to
You
lose
know why?
it.
No,
I don't know why.
No, I'm telling you why.
I do. Okay, I'm listening.
Because of the simple fact, those are the shows we're supposed to do.
Okay,
anyway.
I like it.
But you still
spin move like a basketball.
But it
player,
all
baby.
matters because that again creates the discipline, creates the thing for you to say, all right, I said I want to go get this new software to start designing this, and that. I've been talking about it for far too long. It's time for me to show up for myself and handle it.
Gotcha.
Or like, all right, I really want to shoot more content. I'm setting myself a day, and I started doing it. Now that's you showing up and staying consistent. But before you can be consistent big, because that would be big to you.
Yeah.
You got to be consistent small first. So that's why I said the other little things that matter.
I like it. I like it. Yeah. You always, it's like in there. You know what I'm saying?
Off the glass?
Not Cracker Jack box. You know what I mean? You know the prize is in the box. You just got to get through the Cracker Jack. You got to get through the...
Dang.
You know what I mean?
See how slow motion that was?
You got hung?
Nah. Dang.
Like you got hung.
Nah, I ain't getting that. Nah, that's doing. That's not getting hung.
Oh, come on. All right. So, anyway, man, you know what I mean?
Left with the left.
Yeah. You like the Cracker Jack box, see? The prize is in there.
Yeah. All right.
You just got to get past the peanuts and the sweet, sweet popcorn. Then you get the prize. But anyway, man, long and short of that situation, I think
got
that
some of that at the house. Not Cracker Jack, but the same caramel popcorn.
showing up for yourself. Talking about the snacks. Showing up for yourself is a whole different situation, right? So I can say, honestly speaking, because I think we all feel like at some point or another we put everybody else before ourselves. I feel like we all feel like that anyway. Like, we put everybody else before us. But in all actuality, even though we may feel that way, the reality of it is nobody told you not to show up for yourself.
Yep.
Even in anything that you've ever heard, as financial gurus that you have listened to and researched and stuff like that, they'll tell you that pay yourself first.
Yeah.
Like you go to your job, but everything else and everybody else gets compensated for your efforts before you do. So like just using that for an example. But showing up for yourself, in my opinion, is acknowledging that you're worthy of being shown up for.
Exactly.
Most of the time, once again, I think that we get in these boxes of this is my responsibility. As long as I do whatever's in that box, then I'm meeting the standards and the goals of everybody else. Yeah, but are you falling short for yourself?
But the point I'm making is what you just said. Like you just said. Say it exactly again. You said when you said showing up for yourself.
No, like when you're showing up, what you talking about? The part where I was saying how you get up and show up for everybody else?
Yeah, not just that, but the part where you just said, I forgot what you were saying, man. Damn.
Like, you always do.
Nah, I'm going to bring it back in.
Yeah, but.
Bring it back in. No, the point I'm making is showing up for yourself and paying yourself and do all that. Like, but that all comes from you showing yourself with the little things. Like I said, for me, the discipline helps me understand. Wait a minute. I've been being professional at work for this, doing this and that, and I'm doing a good job.
Yeah.
But what does myself say about me?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we often think showing up for ourselves is because I can get whatever. I mean, not get whatever I want, but I can pay my bill here, pay my bill there, this and this and that. No. You still, what do your savings look like? That might be like, exactly, for me, the stability is having the means to do stuff.
Right.
So mine be like, yeah, I'm paying all the bills, but I need to save for an emergency. Little shit like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So for me, showing up for myself is, once again, taking the time to say, okay, I know I hold myself accountable for making sure all of this is the way it needs to be. On the flip side of that situation, if you go to bed every night feeling like you shortchanged yourself, then that means you didn't show up for yourself.
No, you did.
Right?
You did, right.
Every time you go to bed at night, you feel like, I still ain't get a chance to work on filling the blank with whatever you need to fill the blank with. Then to me, you didn't show up for yourself, right? Even when you took the time to make sure everybody else and everything else was satisfied, the attention was, everybody was, whatever needed to be done for them was accomplished and done for them, you didn't show up for yourself. And the trick to that, and the bad part to that, in my opinion, is this. When you get to a certain point in your life when making sure the other people are satisfied and all of the things that they need or require are accomplished, and you never make yourself a person of that on that list, then you go through life always feeling half empty, always feeling unfulfilled, feeling like any moment in time, you know what I mean, like the ground beneath you could shake and nobody would make a difference or even pay attention to it. Like, to me, showing up for yourself is turning around and saying, tomorrow morning, before I do anything else for anybody else, I'm going to get up, I'm going to whatever that is, I'm going to meditate, I'm going to make sure I'm doing these things for myself. I'm going to pray, obviously. You know what I mean? I'm going to go take a walk, like you were saying, that's the physical health element of it. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go and do these things for myself. And I'm not going to let anybody or anything compromise that. To me, that's how you show up for yourself. Right. When you put yourself first. And I think a lot of us as people, we get to a certain point where we're almost afraid to put ourselves first because then we look selfish.
Right.
And you can't be, in my opinion, selfless unless you're a little selfish.
Yeah.
You got to find a way to be able to prioritize yourself, because if you can't ever see how you win, how can everybody else win from you?
They won't.
So that's just one of the things that when I thought about that, so I was like, P, when the last time you showed up for yourself? And if you can't answer that question, then you got a lot of work to do. Yeah. And generally speaking, if you think about it, everybody else generally requires more effort to do the things for them than it requires for you to do it for yourself. Yet you put you last, because it seems like most of us, the mindset is, I'll attack and address the things that are most difficult first. Mm-hmm. Work from the level or degree of difficulty back down to the easiest things. Because at the end, when I have less energy, when I have less focus, when I have less drive, then I'll have the easy thing to do. And if I have just enough to get through that, it's great. Unfortunately, what you said earlier, made a lot of sense. Before you can do the big things, you got to learn how to do the small things consistently. Mm-hmm. If you show up for yourself every day consistently, everybody benefits from that.
Amen.
That's my thing. You want to get into some questions, brother?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I mean?
Welcome to another episode of Good Questions, where P's going to ask me a series of questions. And I'll most likely have an answer. Let's get started.
Brother always has good answers. Always. I am the least bit concerned of.
There we go.
Okay. Question for you, brother. Where would you be if you didn't follow your dreams? Where would you be if you did not follow? Because I believe you followed yours to some degree. You may say totally. Where would you be if you had not followed your dreams?
Somewhat on autopilot. And the reason why I say somewhat is I probably would have did what I ended up still doing anyway. Regular 9 to 5. Not really. Didn't never switch it. Stayed with it. But this the person that I am. I still would want to grow in a company like someone, like basically like I've been doing, but and just go to work every day and keep it light. And and honestly, that's not a bad life. That some people make it seem bad. As you get older, you start to understand it's not. It's really not a bad life, especially if you still get to do all the things you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bad life. So
Yeah.
I still be in a good place. I know that.
So I'm gonna say I didn't follow mine.
Yeah.
And to me, there's a dream. There's dreams, and then there's things you enjoy, right? And so, a dream may be.
I didn't follow mine really.
That's what I said. You may not have, right? Yeah. But for some of us,
but it's things I enjoy.
At least you. Okay, and so finding that.
At least I did the thing that I enjoyed.
Right, doing that is a step in the right direction, as opposed like we talked about before, being on autopilot. I didn't pursue the thing that I dreamed about. Had every opportunity to, so I can't create this narrative as if I was someplace and I just could never get to that. I can't even create that narrative.
Why we always change our voice?
Because at that point, like, I think that personally it's a different person. And on top of that, I think that a lot of those things started at a different point in our life. And we probably spoke a little bit differently at that point. See, if you got to think about it from this perspective, in my opinion, if you're asking yourself that question at this point, right, that means that you're also acknowledging that you didn't give it a chance. That is acceptance. You got to start there first. You got to accept the fact that, I never really went after my dream. My life could be a totally different situation. It could be a totally good or bad, right? Or, the same. But we don't look at the thing like until later on. Because if you ask a person who did, the thing that the homeboys that we have, or the friends that we had when they was kids that said, I'm going to be in the NFL and went off to be in the NFL, ask them that question.
Yeah.
Like their questions, or even somebody that didn't do that, even if it's a homeboy that you had that always seemed like he was doing stuff for himself, he was an entrepreneur, like you said, he out there, he cutting grass, he doing different things, and he told you one day I'm going to own my own business, and he owns his own business now. You ask him that question. Listen to how they respond. Like so much more, like that life has been so much better to them, even with probably whatever hiccups they went through. Mm-hmm. It's been so much better for them because of the fact that at the very least, they went after the dream. So for me, I did not. But here's the beauty of it. I'm still here.
Yeah.
So the dream can still be fulfilled.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with that. So you answered the question that you said you didn't quite go all the way for the dream, but at least
I just did what I love to do.
You did what you love to do.
My dream of I didn't pursue it. I worked in the field that I wanted to work in, but I didn't pursue it.
Yeah, I know because you told me.
Yeah, I wanted to go on tour. I wanted to be on the radio. I wanted to do all that. I didn't even try to do. I didn't even pursue it.
Even some of the things you told me back in the day, bro, about being into, you was like TV and broadcasting or something.
Oh yeah, radio, TV, and film.
And that was, when was that in your life?
This was junior high going into high school.
Okay, so we're not even in high school at that point.
That was there. You got to pick your thing.
Yeah.
And because I was the only one who had that on their paper, I changed it. Because I thought it was weird.
Now what did that? What hit your mind? You thought it was weird?
I thought it was weird. I was young.
But what part was weird?
That I was the only one doing it. So I thought, I was like, well, maybe it ain't a class. Maybe I just they got this shit on here, but we can't.
Ain't that crazy how the mind works?
You know what I mean?
Because you did it, you were doing it independently. You would have been doing it independently. You felt like it was weird.
Yeah.
But we already covered that weird.
Yeah.
Often puts us right in the places that we're best suited.
Right. Because you got to follow your energy. You got to follow where it goes. I ain't never did nothing in that field at the time.
Yeah.
And I picked it because my body was like, oh, look at that. There we go.
What did we say the other day we wanted to do? What did we say we wanted to do the other day when you was watching TV?
Write a film.
So it's so funny, right? How those
radio, TV. I've done radio.
Mind, but the mind is so powerful.
We do TV basically, and
right, but it never left.
No,
even though when you said that, bro, and I know I know when you playing, and I know when you for real.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. When you said it, even though me and you were in a laughing moment at that moment, I know my brother enough to know that. Mm-hmm. So I'm just saying that. So you answered it, but it also, I want to say this in conclusion to that before we go to the next question. If you're still here, you still got time.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I'm doing it.
Well, we still have time.
Yeah.
Not just you, but like I'm saying, anybody who's listening to my
generally
voice,
the universal you.
Absolutely.
Still have time.
We all. We all.
Yeah.
No one person, all of us. You know what I mean? If you could have every bad memory erased from your mind, would you?
Nah.
Okay. Why wouldn't you?
They help shape our character. See, you said every bad memory erased from my mind.
Correct.
Didn't mean bad moments wouldn't come. So now that means I would be a baby in bad times because I don't have a recollection.
And it still happened.
Yeah, it still happened.
But you don't remember it.
But I don't remember.
That's what I'm saying.
So if you don't remember it, it doesn't know. But now, if that gets erased, and you the age we are right now, and something bad happens to you, you don't even know how to process and handle it.
Yeah.
Nah.
Especially at this stage in age.
This is what I'm saying. This part of your life.
No, I answered it. So my answer to it is the exact same way.
Yeah.
I think that those things build character.
Right.
Right.
It build character.
And iron sharpens iron. Tough times make tough people. So I think that for the most part, no. Now, I know what most people who would say yes, in my opinion, are trying to alleviate the feeling, the pain of it. Unfortunately, you have to endure that while you're also gaining the wisdom of it.
No pain, no gain.
Right. Exactly. But you know what I mean? So in regards to that, in my opinion, the answer would be no, because I can't tell you that I would be any stronger without them. I think I'm stronger because of them.
Right.
So, that was that one. What are the keys to a happy relationship?
Communication, love, trust, affection.
Okay. All right.
That's all.
So I think the keys to a happy relationship, first and foremost, is obviously communication. Right? You got to be able to speak freely. I would say that to anybody, right? Regardless if, you're dynamic. Well, I'm an introvert, my significant other's an extrovert and all that type of stuff.
Ain't never had none of that shit when we was young.
Never heard of it. But you also got to be able to speak freely, respectably, but freely, right? You got to be able to say the things that's on your mind, because you can't build from a place that you can't go into, right? So you can't plant anything that's going to have any kind of stabilizing effect, or you can't build anything over here because, we can't go over there. That's the problem over there. What's the problem over there? Nah, I just don't want to go over there. No, we need to address it, because we're going to need all of this to work out so that we can continue to be better.
Right.
Once again, back to the beginning of the conversation, most of the time we don't talk until there's a problem.
There's a problem.
If you made the practice of communicating with people when there was good things going on, then it wouldn't seem like it's an issue, God forbid, when trial presents itself, right? Because it's not abnormal. If the only time you ever ask a person, are they all right, is when something appears to be wrong, why would they ever just, you know what I'm saying? That's not how that goes, in my opinion, to build a strong, happy, healthy relationship. You know what I mean? Eyes can cross. It's crazy. You know what I mean? But strong, happy, healthy relationship.
Yeah,
but
I'm looking at you.
I know. Just like that. But the point in that situation is, that's how I think you build it. Through communication.
Yeah. Love, trust.
Obviously. You know what I mean? But I think just being able to just have general talks, even when it's about you ever have a conversation with somebody, bro, outside of this relationship is a word. You can have working relationships. You can have relationships with your significant other, children, whoever, your parents, whoever. But no matter how much you talk to them, every time you talk to them, it's just
Something wrong?
something wrong.
Yeah.
Right? And you saying to yourself, look, I got to make a decision at some point or another. Either I'm going to have to not ask you how you doing, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to have to distance myself from you because every time I talk to you, it's a problem. Is something wrong? I feel like that's what makes things healthy, is when you can have a conversation where it's a regular thing that you do, regardless if you know whether or not a person's having a good day, a bad day, or whatever, and you legitimately care. You asking because, I care. I might not be able to fix it, but I care enough to ask you, are you okay? You know what I mean? As far as any relationships, period.
Right.
That's the main thing for me, is
right.
communication and the ability to be able to talk. You know, you take us out of there, man. We're going to leave it like that with those three, man.
That was another episode of Good Questions where P asked me a good series of questions and we had some answers. This has been episode what, P?
224.
224. 224.
Ever
Episode
since 222, he can't help it now.
224. So episode 224 right here. You can catch this on all your favorite podcasts and streaming sites. This one and each and every episode on iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Audible, and anywhere you like to hear them. P, tell them where they can see us.
You can see us each and every week right on our YouTube channel at The Porch Podcast. As we say each and every week, if you have not done so already, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, leave comments as we reply to each and every last one of them. As we say each and every week, we know that you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate you. This has been episode 224, your favorite podcast, The Porch Podcast, and we look forward to seeing y'all on the next one. Y'all be safe and be blessed, family. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Who on the porch? Let's go.